Hello, my sweet little honeys. Welcome back to my channel. We are gonna do a little recap on things we wish we knew before we got started in this industry and before we started acting. I've been reflecting a lot the last couple of months about where I'm at in the industry, where I want to move forward, where is the industry going in general. And I just kind of sat there and I was like, damn, if I knew some certain things before this industry, I feel that, I wouldn't say I wouldn't do acting, but maybe I would have had a different look, or maybe I would have taken a different path towards the industry. So I wanted to kind of express things that I wish I knew to the new beginners who are starting, because I think it's important to kind of know these things, you know, so you can go in with a clear head. Let's get into it. It is not like they do it in Hollywood, where you have the classic actor running around, you know, from a small town. They pick up their little suitcase, they fly to LA, they like get an apartment, they like, you know, go to every single door being like, I need an agent. You're running to this audition, you have your Starbucks coffee. No, this is not really like, not at all. I've never seen it like this in the industry for myself. And I think I can confidently say for the rest of my circle of friends who are also artists and in the industry with me as well, can agree with me that is not how this industry works. In Toronto, it's a hard industry to be in. There's a lot you have to do. There's a lot of running around and hustling and getting your name out there and working on your craft and just constantly putting yourself out there because you are the brand. So whoever told you that it's like a Hollywood movie where it's all cute running around with your script in town and your coffee, it's not really the case. And I think I idolized that life before I became an actor. And I think I idolized that life when I was in theater school. And I had a harsh reality hit that after I left, I was like, oh my God, I've been trying to get an agent for 3 years and I'm not able to get one. What is happening? Where is that Hollywood movie that I watched? I want to contact them and tell them this is not what I expected. Being an actor is quite hard mentally, physically, and emotionally. This kind of ties into my first point. I always thought that being an actor is going to be something super fun. I'm always going to be creatively fueled. I'm going to be on set 24/7. I'm going to have auditions all the time, and people are going to praise me for my talent and this and that. And that's turned out to be not the case at all. Side note, I'm not trying to turn people away from the industry. That's not what I'm doing. I just want people to understand that there is this sort of like idolized, glamorized version of what beginners may sometimes think of what it is, and it's not the case. And I just want people to know the reality and to understand what they're getting themselves into before they do this for 10 years and then end up being like, oh, this is not what anyone has ever told me. Being an actor is a lot of work. Like I said, there's a lot of hustling, and it will drain you emotionally and mentally because you're going to constantly be doing auditions, and sometimes you're going to book the ones that you don't want to book and book some weird ass commercials that you're like, I never like this. But then there's times where you're not going to book at all, and then you start thinking that it's you and how you look and your hair and your weight, and then there's gonna be times you're gonna be on the biggest streak of your life and you're gonna be booking the greatest things. Like it's such a insane mental game, and you're gonna be running your head like 1,000 miles a minute, and then you're gonna all of a sudden sit there and be like, oh my God, I'm dead. Like I need to just like sit back and not think about it. So yeah, it is going to definitely be a little bit of a game mentally, physically, and emotionally on you. And I did not know how hard it would be and how much of a toll it can take on a person if you don't have the right mindset going into it. Class is your gym. Class is where you start off with 5-pound weights and you do those bicep curls. And class is where you work your way up to eventually do bicep curls with 20-pound weights. That is what class is for. You are literally paying to make mistakes. You are paying to not do well in class, fail like miserably, learn, and then come back and do it again with the mistakes learned. That's what class is for. And I always thought that in class, you need to be perfect, that you need to impress the coach. You need to impress all the students because God knows, who knows, maybe one of them is gonna be the best director and they're gonna want you in the movie. Classes where you are supposed to just be the best of the best. No, that's not the case at all. And I wish I learned that quite sooner rather than later, because it wasn't until I started being in Proctor's lab for 4 years now, going on 4 or 5 years, I was obsessed with wanting to be perfect all the time. And And that truly got me nowhere, and I didn't succeed. I didn't learn. I didn't build on my craft. I didn't grow from my craft. And as a result, I just ended up being like a stagnant line. Class is where you make mirror mistakes. Stop being perfect in your classes, because you need to learn on what you've done wrong. And the only way you're going to do it is by failing, making mistakes, and then picking yourself up again. The industry is going to constantly change. And there is going to be times where you are not going to agree with it, and you're not going to agree with the change that is coming with the industry. And you can choose to still continue with the industry, and you can choose also to not continue with this change. And either choice you make is neither wrong or right. It's subjective. It's whatever works for you and in the time you are in your life. This industry will evolve, I'm not kidding, probably every month to something new. I think you'll always evolve differently in each city. Vancouver might be on a bigger streak of filming and auditions more than Toronto, and then it might change 2 years from now, where now Toronto's going to be the hub and Vancouver not so much. And there's always going to be a change in America and Canada. And I just think you need to be kind of, in a way, like, if you want to be in this industry, in a sense of like understanding that there's always going to be a change, and you might have to be adaptable to it, and you might have to just kind of maneuver your way around it. Not saying that you always have to agree with it and continue. No, you can be like, this doesn't work for me. This doesn't stand in my morals and what I want. Then that's fine. You can pull yourself out of it without an issue. The industry is not going to go anywhere. And when you feel like you want to come back to it or give it some thought while being away, totally fine as well. It's your life. It's your career. You have to do what's right for you, and you have to do what you think is working for you. This industry is not ending. We're always going to make movies and TV shows, because we're always going to be watching movies and TV shows. I'm saying this one out loud for myself. Like, truly, truly out loud. It is okay to not book all the time. I'm saying this one out loud because this one is really hitting me right now in a point in my life, because I would love to book something so badly. And I've gotten so close to a few projects where I really felt like I had it in the bag, and it didn't end up happening. And I think there's a part of me that feels a little bit left behind, because people in my circle of life are booking and I haven't. And I'm reminding myself that it is okay that you are not booking all the time. It is part of the process. It is how this industry works. The audition is the most important part. You want to do well in your audition, and you want to just showcase what you can do. The booking is just something that second comes. And if you get it, that's great. And if you don't, it does not mean that you're a failure. It does not make you all of a sudden not an actor. And it does not make you less than of something else. You are still an actor as you are auditioning 100 million times, regardless whether you are booking or not. As if number 6 is, it's okay to cry and vent and be frustrated and let it all out. Oh my God. As I'm talking about number 5 and I'm tearing up. Yeah, honeys, you need to let it out. This industry is gonna like make your brain like explode. There's gonna be things and times that are gonna happen that you're gonna be like, are you freaking kidding me? Like really? And it's gonna make you so angry, and you need to express these emotions. I'm not saying like go on an Instagram rampage and like bash people. No, what I'm just saying is that talk to people in your circle that understand this industry, and that you can vent out. And you could, I mean, if you have a great relationship with your coach or your mentor and you want to vent out to them, that's fine as well. If you have a good relationship with your agent and you want to vent out your frustration as well, like, you know, obviously in a professional way, but do it. Like, you have to find ways to just kind of let out what you're feeling and what is going through, and crying is the best way to do it. Crying to your pillow, crying to whatever you need to, and kind of sit with it. Let it kind of do its thing, and just feel the emotion and just let it happen. Yeah, I really wish I knew this one. Go back to your why. When you're not booking and you're not feeling like you're moving anywhere, and you're not feeling like you're getting the agent, or you're not getting in the audition room, or you can't get a book, like whatever, like if you feel that you're like not creatively there, find your why. Go back to the roots and remind yourself of why you started doing this in the first place. Why did you say yes to be an actor? Why did you choose this career versus a more practical career, a more of a 9-to-5 vibe? Why? Go back to that. Find it in the root, find it in your heart of what sparked you originally to want to be an actor and to do this, and remind yourself of that, because when you do, you're going to ignite that sensation again, and it's going to bring you back to where you need to be. I wish I knew how expensive it would be to be an actor. I'm not saying that you're gonna blow like millions of dollars, no, but you're always doing class, and class is not cheap. You know, like let's just be real here. Like, I sometimes need to take a break for 6 months because I'm like, I literally have not saved anything. I've spent so much money on class. I can't do this. Like, I also can't work like a horse and, you know, and do class 24/7 and pay, and then, you know, that's kind of what happens. So headshots are expensive, classes, like I dye my hair, that's a choice I made. That's also money that goes out. Like, all these things are definitely stack up, you know, and especially if you choose to go to a university program like a theater school, and this can be kind of money coming out constantly all the time, and it will sometimes be coming out more than it is coming in. So that is something I wish I also knew before I started, to just be smart with your money, because acting is going to cost you. And I think a part of that as well is you're going to probably work some shitty jobs. Honestly, the shitty jobs will have the best flexibility because of the nature of this industry and how all over the place it is. You need to find those jobs that will give you that flexibility sometimes. And sometimes they're pretty shitty jobs, but you need to work them because that's the only way you can make money, you know? And I salute people who can do a 9 to 5 and the acting. I don't know how they do it, but truly, like, hats off to you. But that's the one thing that 18-year-old me, I wish I knew I would be working some shitty serving jobs, truly, in order to make my money and pay my acting bills. Oh my God, honeys, you are gonna meet some nasty, nasty people. Ooh, yeah. You're gonna meet some mean people in this industry, and you're gonna meet people who will want to act like they know everything, and they don't. They're gonna wanna act like they're the biggest people that you've ever met. They're gonna act that they truly are like Leonardo DiCaprio or some shit. And if you are maybe hopeful and slightly naive, you may fall for it, like I have, which is normal and it will happen. But you need to make sure that you don't let those people get close to you, and you don't let those people get into your personal space and in your bubble. You wanna protect your peace, protect your energy from these people, because they can give you a lot of false promises, and quite frankly, they can say some mean things to you, and they can guide you the wrong way because they're all screwed up in their own world, and they feel the need to kind of tell people what to do. So, and this is not just going out to like people who are on the same level as you. Like, I've met coaches and mentors who have been in this industry for 30, 40 years who have the most toxic energy I've ever felt. And I'm like, no, you're not going to be teaching me acting because you are triggering me and I do not connect with you. And I have to walk away and step back and say, nope, not for me. We're gonna move on. So that's something we want to remember. If you don't feel connected, move along. It's not gonna help you. It's gonna make things 10 times worse. So we're not even gonna go there. Please listen to yourself and listen to your mind, your body, and what you're feeling and what you're thinking. It is completely okay and normal if you want to take a break and if you need it and you feel like you need a moment to stop. The industry, like I said, is not going anywhere. We are always going to have Netflix and Prime and Disney Plus and Crave. It's always going to be there. Venice Film Festival is going to be there. Cannes Film Festival, TIFF, like all these festivals are not going to end all of a sudden. Movies are not going to just stop being made, you know, and TV shows are not going to all of a sudden stop. And you're not going to miss auditions and opportunities just because you stop. If you need a break, do it. It's not going anywhere. I find that when people actually take a break, they end up coming back bigger and better and stronger. Like they are ready, you know, because it's like when you choose not to go out one night because you're just like, no, I literally need sleep. I need to just like rejuvenate myself. So you sleep for 12 hours, you choose not to go out on the Saturday night, but then you wake up on Sunday being like, yo, I'm ready. I'm ready to take the day off. That's exactly what I feel like people to me on the outside world look like and feel like when I see them come back from a break from acting. I'm like, you're ready to conquer, truly. So if you need a break, take it. Oh, wow, what a little video we had going on there. I did not think I was gonna get emotional, but I did. So those are some 10 things I think I knew. I wish somebody told me as a beginner actor when I got into this, that kind of where my life would be like years later. And I hope these things help you, whoever is watching this. And if you are new to the industry and you're starting out and you just kind of wanna understand things, I mean, listen, this industry, like I said, is also subjective. So the things that I felt I knew may not be the same thing for the next 3 people. It's going to be different, and that's also okay. But with that being said, what are some things you wish you knew about the industry before you got started? Comment down below. I would love to hear them. I'm really curious. I'm curious if we have the same ones or there's some new ones you wish you knew that I did not mention. Okay, honeys, I love you. I'm on my way to work and I'm gonna manifest good day, good time, good money, good people, good everything. I love you and I'm gonna see you all next Friday. Mwah. Bye, honeys.